Welcome to Hello Talk English Pod.
Welcome to Hello Talk English Pod. Hi everyone. Welcome to today's lesson. I'm Yumi.
Hi, I'm Clem.
In today's lesson, we have Ting talking to Na, which is her mentor, about studying abroad. Let's have a listen to the dialogue.
How's your fall semester of junior year going?
I'm really enjoying my civil engineering class. I am even thinking about studying abroad for a graduate degree.
Really? Wow, that's exciting. Where are you thinking of going?
I'm not sure yet. I thought I'd talk with you about this to get your advice.
Of course. So are you considering a master's degree in engineering?
Yes. I've been researching a few schools online, but I really like the graduate program at Durwood University.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that university since they're well known for their focus in civil engineering.
But I feel a little overwhelmed with the application process.
Well, I can walk you through the process since I went through it last year. Let's use your computer to take a look at their application requirements.
Okay, here's the page that lists the requirements.
Let's see. Looks like you need to upload an unofficial copy of your transcript.
What's the difference between an official and unofficial transcript?
Official transcripts are sent directly from your school to the university you apply for. Otherwise, all of their transcripts are unofficial.
Gotcha. But I don't need to worry about sending an official transcript until I get accepted. So at the beginning of the dialogue, Na asks Ting, how's your fall semester of junior year going? Now, the junior year, what does this usually refer to, Clem?
The junior year is your third year. It generally happens in high school or in your university. So there's freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year.
Exactly. So that way you don't always have to say, I'm in my third year of school. You could interchange by saying, it's my junior year.
Right? Moving on, Ting says, I'm really enjoying my civil engineering class. Now, civil engineering, what does that mean?
That is something I did not study in school. But civil engineering refers to someone who works in design or maintaining roads or bridges, dams, this kind of thing.
That's right. Keeping track of all the different structures.
Later on, Na says, so are you considering a master's degree in engineering? So when she's asking if you're considering something, now the word consider, this means to to think about something, whether to do something, right?
You're looking at your different options that you have available when you're making a consideration. So you can be considering where to have lunch today. You can be considering where you want to go to school, what degree you want to study. You can be considering who do I want to go out with this weekend.
Exactly. And here she's talking about considering a master's degree. So a master's degree, this is basically the degree that comes after the undergraduate degree or
Yeah.
your bachelor's degree, right?
You need to have a bachelor's to get your master's. Next, Ting says, yes, I've been researching a few schools online, but really I like the graduate program at Durwood University. So researching goes into one of the things we were just talking about, which is considering. But researching, you're looking up information and you're gathering a lot of details. And so once you have that research together, then you can consider and make your decision.
Right, exactly. When you look up more information and more details, you can kind of make comparisons and see which one, well, in her case, for programs or graduate programs, which one might be more interesting or relevant to her career path, right?
Good point. And the other word they talk about in the sentence is program. So, what is a program?
A program is kind of a planned series of events or activities, right? A graduate program, now this would be kind of a set of classes,
Mm,
a set of classes which make up a program. But you could also have a program of an itinerary or
yeah.
a schedule, right? Sometimes when you go to an event, you might be given the program, and that means it'll tell you what time different events are happening.
Yeah. Gives you the order so you know if you show up late, where are we in the program?
Exactly. Afterwards, Na says, yeah, I'm familiar with that university since they're well known for their focus in civil engineering. Now, this phrase, I'm familiar with, what does it mean to be familiar with something?
Well, if you notice in it, it kind of sounds a little bit like family. So it's
Good
to kind of
point.
know something well, to be closely associated with. So if you recognize or know something well, then you're familiar with it. Ting continues to say, but I feel a little overwhelmed with the application process. So, overwhelmed, when I think of being overwhelmed, I think of being kind of stressed out. You feel the weight of the
hmm
world on your chest. And what does that mean to be overwhelmed?
Well, like you said, it's almost kind of like a buildup of something, right? And when you're
Hmm.
overwhelmed, you almost feel just defeated or buried by something.
I know when I was in school, I always felt kind of overwhelmed during finals week, but
Oh yeah.
that's also when I felt the most alive. I'd be staying up late at night studying with my friends, for a week, and then whenever you get the test done, suddenly I'm not feeling overwhelmed anymore.
Totally, totally. Afterwards, Na says, well, I can walk you through the process since I went through it last year. Now, when you walk someone through a process, this basically means to help someone with kind of each step of the process,
Yeah, take
right?
them through step by step.
Right.
If you're starting a new job, somebody who maybe had the position that you're taking, they can walk you through the whole process of doing all the roles that you need to do a good job. A customer service rep can also walk you through the process of something. So if you're calling and you're asking, hey, so my internet's down, these are the problems, and they can walk you through how to get things fixed.
Exactly. I've definitely had someone help me through that process.
A couple sentences later, Nas says, let's see. Looks like you need to upload an unofficial copy of your transcripts. So, official means something original. It's like an original document. So, an unofficial document is not the original.
Right. Something that's official would be, like you said, original or something that's formal or maybe
Mm-hmm.
standardized. And when it's unofficial, it's basically saying it doesn't need to be that original in the original format.
So, what
Um,
kind of unofficial formats are there?
well, you can make a photocopy of something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or you can maybe use a different template. You can take a picture of something. These would be unofficial. And that's
Nice.
exactly what she's talking about here, right? The unofficial copy, because it's a copy
Yeah.
of your transcripts, which leads us into the word transcripts. Now, this is basically a record, either in written or printed version of your grades, your classes. At least in this context, transcripts refers to everything that you did in your undergrad.
Mm-hmm. Now, in other situations, transcripts, like they're talking about, is a record or a copy of something. So, in the states where we have court cases and juries, they might have somebody writing down everything that's said, so that way there's a record of it.
Exactly, that's a great thing to keep in mind. Now, at the end, Ting says, but I don't need to worry about sending an official transcript until I get accepted. Now, the word accepted, this means when she gets confirmed, basically, right? When you're confirmed and accepted into a school or a program.
They allow you. They consent to receive you.
Exactly. Now, why don't we have a listen to the dialogue again now?
How's your fall semester of junior year going?
I'm really enjoying my civil engineering class. I am even thinking about studying abroad for a graduate degree.
Really? Wow, that's exciting. Where are you thinking of going?
I'm not sure yet. I thought I'd talk with you about this to get your advice.
Of course. So, are you considering a master's degree in engineering?
Yes. I've been researching a few schools online, but I really like the graduate program at Durwood University.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that university since they're well known for their focus in civil engineering.
But I feel a little overwhelmed with the application process.
Well, I can walk you through the process since I went through it last year. Let's use your computer to take a look at their application requirements.
Okay, here's the page that lists the requirements.
Let's see. Looks like you need to upload an unofficial copy of your transcript.
What's the difference between an official and unofficial transcript?
Official transcripts are sent directly from your school to the university you apply for. Otherwise, all of their transcripts are unofficial.
Gotcha. But I don't need to worry about sending an official transcript until I get accepted.
So, after kind of listening to the dialogue again, it got me thinking about, what are the process of applying for different schools in different countries? Because here she is studying abroad, right? And something to keep in mind during this process is that different schools in different countries might have different requirements.
Excellent point.
Right. So sometimes it could even be language tests or other kinds of standardized testing.
Yeah, if you're applying for just bachelor's degrees in the States, you need to have ACTs or SAT scores in order to send in.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, that's it for today's lesson. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.